Hello world, good morning or good evening depending on where you are on this planet. Okay, today I've changed what's running on the main lines again, the three main lines, and I've got quite a lot to show you and hopefully a little bit of fun too. Okie dokie, okay, right, coming round first up tonight we've got original Triang R155 diesel switcher. Again, some of you younger enthusiasts out there may have never seen a loco like this before. Quite old. I think this one must be again close to about 50 years old, maybe a little bit less on this one. It's not mint, it's in good condition, it's nothing broken, nothing missing. The numbers are a little bit worn here on the side. You can get better. I've seen them in better condition, but it's not that bad, and there's a little bit of the hazard stripes worn off the front there, but by and large she's in good condition, so yeah, I'm quite happy with that one. Now this again being a Triang, this has got on the drive wheel, this has got the ribbed or serrated or knurled drive wheels, which does help them grip and also gives them that sort of diesely type noise as they go around the track. So if you look at those wheels there, hopefully that'll focus, just there, you'll see that they are ribbed. Hopefully that was going to focus. They've got the ribs on them anyway. That's what you can hear when these go round. Now, got a rake of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 freight wagons on her. Now again, this is the same sort of problem with these old Triang items, which if I can get one up from down here and show you, if we can see there, right down, if you can see the way these axles are done on these, right, you can see there straight through. This is what's called the open axle type, and this was pretty much what Triang did almost from the beginning. And the problem with the open axle is that the drag on them is really high. I've spoken about this before, and you can't generally run more than just a few, like about now 6, 7 freight wagons, and even though the loco has the ribbed wheels, it's quite likely it's not going to pull much more. So we'll just take a round and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So just go round the once, and I'm sure you can hear it. Love the sound they make. There we go. Now I'll just tell you about the caboose there. That's a great condition again. That's not actually the same one that I had on the snow and rescue set. I've actually got two of these, and they've both got the chimney, and they've both got the steps, and they've both got good writing on the side. So yeah, I've got two of those. Right, now just to prove a point, I'll just grab that coach there. Coach, sorry, freight wagon. What I'm going to stick her on the end here. Get that like that. Just a bit of a test. Now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with the caboose on the loco. Excuse me. And obviously, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 6, including the caboose. And I've now just dumped that on the end, and I have a feeling now we're going to struggle. Yeah, it's really starting to struggle. Look. Just wheel spinning, even though it's got those ribbed wheels, and she's just gripped now, look. Right, so not well, certainly not I wanted to put more on basically, and that's certainly no good like that. I mean, if I was to put another one on, it's not going to move. And today I've spent the time, I've had all the wheels out and I've cleaned them, oiled everything, and basically you can't get them to run any better than that, other than changing all the wheels for needle roller bearings, which is quite involved doing it on these. It involves using arrow diet and gluing bearings in. It's quite a job, and when you've got a full rake to do, it's certainly going to sort of take a lot of time and in effort doing them all. But to be honest with you, I would sooner do it a much simpler way, rather than changing all the wheels and everything on here. I would simply prefer just a double header, or put another loco on the train, and then that will simply cure the problem. So back in a minute. Right, now what I wanted to do was make this quite a bit longer, but obviously I'm not going to get away without putting another loco on with it. I actually wanted to put those all on as well. There, again, and there's no chance whatsoever if I were to do that. So what we're going to do, we're going to take off the caboose carefully. Oh, I'm not very good with my left hand at doing this. Come on, today. Oh, got it. Right, take the caboose off. Sorry about that, I was looking at my fingers and not the camera. Right, and put this wagon on. This is the bulk cement wagon. Just put that on, like that. And that pretty much should be equal to, you know, just like having the caboose on from a weight point of view. So we'll try that around a couple of times. Oh, try again the other way. Yes. That should pull those all right, which it is doing. So, yeah, it's not wheel slipping at all. It's quite happy with 6 on it. Yeah, it's quite happy with that. Okay. What we're going to do now, stop her there. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give her a hand. I'm going to put, oh yeah, that's the Triang dock shunter. Now this is the Continental one. It doesn't have any buffers. That's how it came originally, that's how they did it. And it's got the hazard lines, of course, and it's in good condition. I mean, just a little bit off the A there, a little bit off the T there. But yeah, it's really good, that one. It's really good condition. And again, as I said, the ribbed wheels there. Right, so I'm going to give it a hand now. We're going to put the dock shunter Continental one on there, so we've got a Continental train, so that's going to suit the part. And then what we're going to do is just move that around a little bit, and then we're going to go for it. So now, let's see that, right, we'll go for it. So start with that one, low loader there. Alright, move that out of the way. Stick him, and then we'll go for this one. This is like an open cart. Open freight cart, yeah. And then we'll go for that one, which is a department, engineers, permanent way department. Alright, put that on, just move around a little bit. Cool. We'll get that one. This is actually about the worst one I've got, to be honest with you. It's, you can see the right is not that good on it, so another one to bang on it anyway. And another one. Right, we'll make that probably the last one there. Let's get it right. Not quite right there. Right, we're on. It's a speedy wagon. Ooh. And just pull her forward again to there. And then we'll put the caboose back on the end. Like so. Dig diggy diggy doo. That didn't catch. That's better. Alright, there we go. So now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 after the leading switcher loco. Then we've got the dock shunter there after the 6th one, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 after the dock shunter. So now we should be able to get it to go. So let's see what happens. No wheel spinning. No, sounds good. There we go. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Yeah. Absolutely perfect. You can hear both the wheels now, both serrated wheels. I'm going to bring it around and stop it back here for a minute, side I should say. Okay, and I'll be back in a minute. Right, on the second line coming round now, this is the same loco as the yellow one you've just been looking at, the Triang R532. This is the Canadian one, the one that was particularly done for the Canadian market. Obviously Canadian national on the side there. She's actually absolutely mint. I mean, there's no it's just spotless. So it's in really, really good condition, that one. So yeah, and she's not got the ribbed wheels, she's got the smooth wheels, which allows her to run over system 6 points as well. So the other diesel won't run on this track because the flanges are big on the wheels, but this has got smooth wheels and it will run straight over those points. So just simply a rake of Canadian freight, and so we'll get her running. Take her around a couple of times. Lovely caboose there, look, as well, look, Canadian Pacific caboose. Yeah, looks the part. Pretty cool. There we go. We'll just stop around back over there. There we go. Absolutely lovely. And so now, as always, round comes number 3. Now this is a really nice set. Very pleased with this, and the whole set is in absolute mint condition. So I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story about this. Right. There we go. Now, that's the Triang Budd. Now, the Budd car is I think it's well, it's a DMU. I think it was called an RDC as well, or RCD. I forget which way around it is now. But anyway, that's the Budd car. Now, I do a little bit about Budd cars. What it is, each one's individually powered, so basically you can have it singular, or you can have a double or a triple, and you can have as many cars as you want. And of course, there's like the second one, and I've actually got 4 of these. So my original plan was to just run the 4 as a 4-car set, but I wanted to find out a bit more about the Budd, so I pointed it on Wikipedia, and I saw photos and how to read, and then I watched some YouTube videos of the real ones running as well. Now these were very popular in America, obviously, in Canada, and some other places around the world as well. But what I didn't know until I watched these videos and read about them, they weren't all necessarily power cars. In other words, they actually did sometimes put ordinary cars on them in between, and quite often they had one push in and one pull in, and then sometimes 2 pull in and 1 pushing on the other end. So there didn't seem to be a pattern to how these were used, and I'm quite pleased about that, because I've got a set, I'll just swing around, I've got a set of Burlington Coaches, which is the baggage coach, and the standard car, the diner, and then the observation car with the Vista Dome on the top. Now, I've had these for a while, and I wasn't sure what I was going to pull them with, but when I found out that the Budds were actually used with standard coaches as well, and I've always been under the impression that the observation car would be at the back of a train, but I've actually seen video of real trains on YouTube where they have got other coaches or other cars after that particular one there. So I just didn't feel out of place by putting this train together, and I was very, very surprised, just to change positions a bit here, I was very surprised because the power car, which is right at the end at the top, is pulling a big rake here, and it generally does pull it, and it does get going on its own. I was expecting to have to power another one of these up, but once she gets going, she's fine. There we go. It's really cool, this set does. Oh yeah, that's brilliant. So basically we've got like 2 of the Budds pulling and theoretically 2 of them pushing, although the ones on the end of course are actually dummies. But that looks really nice, and she looks good when she's going around fast. It seems to really look the part. So yeah, fantastic. Like that. Oh yes. Right, well, we'll get them all going as always, and we'll get a few more angles. So here comes the Canadian National. And the double powered. Right. Yeah, the production for there doing its job. All pretty cool stuff. Yeah, I do think the rake of the Budd cars with the Burlington Coaches looks really good at that speed. Yeah, that's another thing I noticed as well when I was checking up on the Budds and reading about them. Although the Budds have got Santa Fe on the side, the Coaches have got Burlington. That was actually done in the real world. There were a couple coaches onto them which weren't of the same county, the American county or Canadian county. So that's not unrealistic to do what I've done there. So, oh yeah, really looks great, and every one of them is mint, absolutely mint. So this is some of that. Yeah, the Budd looks great at that speed. I mean, the others look okay, it's sensible, quite slow. Seems quite realistic. Well, I think it's about right, guys. We'll call that a day. Okay, the Budd. Okay, we'll park up the American Switcher. There we go. And then finally, the Canadian Switcher. Wunderbar. Thanks for looking. Bye everybody.